My name is Steve Fairlie, and I'm a narcotics defense lawyer in the suburban Philadelphia area. A lot of people contact me with questions about possession with intent to deliver cases. They've been arrested for possession with intent to deliver, they're facing a mandatory minimum sentence, or maybe they're facing elevated guidelines based on the quantity of drugs that were recovered. If you have that situation, you have a great defense available to you. It's called a Carroll hearing. Not many people know about it, but it's a very effective tool in a narcotics case. A Carroll hearing is an attack on the Commonwealth's evidence, arguing that not the entire amount of drugs was possessed with the intent to deliver, but only some portion of it was going to be delivered to someone else, and another portion of it was for personal use. Now, we don't use this argument without evidence to support it, but in a lot of my clients' cases, I find that in a cocaine case, let's say, there's going to be rolled up dollar bills in addition to the bulk weight of cocaine around the house with cocaine residue on them. That's clearly consistent with personal use. Somebody in that house is using cocaine. They're not just selling it. And in that situation, if they're looking at, let's say, 2 grams of cocaine, which is the minimum threshold for a mandatory minimum sentence of 1 year in Pennsylvania. If there's 2 grams or 2.2 grams of cocaine that's found in the house, but I can argue that 0.3 grams could have been used for personal use, that the person was going to use that themselves instead of delivering that portion, then the Commonwealth only has 1.9 grams to argue for the mandatory minimum, which is not sufficient, and the person no longer has a mandatory minimum sentence that they're facing. Similarly, in a marijuana case, 2 pounds is the minimum threshold for a mandatory minimum in Pennsylvania. And if you have 2.2 pounds in your house, or even 3 pounds, if we can show that a pound of that was going to be smoked and just under 2 pounds of it was possessed with the intent to deliver to someone else, then you're in a situation where that mandatory minimum will not be applicable to your case, and you'll do much better than you would have done otherwise.